everyone. So I'm excited to share something important with you today, something that speaks to the heart of who we are at LTVplus. And many of you are familiar with our original 8 core values that we have, and that's obviously guided us over the years, helping us shape our culture, decisions, and how we work together. But as we've grown, we've taken a step back to reflect on how we can make these values even more impactful, easier to remember, easier to connect with, and also easy to live out in our everyday work at LTVplus. So we've refreshed our core values, not to lose its meaning, but to bring more clarity and focus to what it is that matters most. And now we are proud to stand behind 3 core values that captures the essence of who we are as LTVplus. So one being own it, which I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with. Lead by love, not fear. And then also customer success. And each one of these represents the way that we show up for ourselves, for each other, and for our clients. And we'll be hearing from our leadership team shortly, who will be unpacking each of these core values, what it truly means, why they matter, and how we can bring them to life in our roles. And I just want to say thanks to the team for being part of this journey and for continuing to help shape the culture that makes LTVplus such a special place to grow and to thrive. So I really hope that you enjoy the insights. So let's dive in. Thank you.
So what does own it mean? If you've worked with me for a little while, you've probably heard me say the phrase, it may not be your fault, but it is your problem. And fundamentally, that's what own it means. It's taking on problems that aren't yours, that you didn't cause, or perhaps you tried your best and you put in your best effort, but the outcome just didn't turn out the way you had hoped. Regardless of how or why, you jump in and you help solve the problem with the rest of the team. That's what owning it means. So why do we want that? One, it creates accountability and responsibility. I've always felt in my personal life that you trust the people the most that show up when things are bad. When things aren't the way you hope them to be, or when you messed up, the people that show up then and that are there for you are really the people you end up trusting the most. And I feel that's exactly what own it does, right? It means showing up when things aren't going well. It also means that we look at the stuff we do every day and think about how can we do it a little bit better tomorrow. And, what's examples of how to apply this in your day, tomorrow or today? One is have clear expectations, not only for others, but for yourself, and follow through on them. That's, I would say, the number one pillar of owning it is start with yourself. Start with having awareness about what you expect of yourself, following through with it, and communicate very clearly when you don't. Right? Sometimes things just don't work out the way we want it to. Be very clear in that communication to others. And show up, right? Show up to problems that you might have not caused. Show up to problems where you put in your best effort and it just didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Show up to issues, and importantly, come with solutions, right? Not being only part of the problem, but also being part of the solutions. Propose ways of to fix things, to make things better. Do them yourself for a while right away so that, you can sort of see, does the theory match the practice? Does that get you the desired result? But ultimately, be responsible and feel responsible for the result. We'll do our best always to put in the right effort, to put in the right energy, but we can't always control the outcome. But we can own the outcome, right? We can say, hey, despite my best energy and efforts, this didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I'll own that, and I'll try something else, and I'll give it another go. So, please, I invite you, own it with me. Own it with everybody around you. I think this will make LTVplus a really great company to work at, to be in, and yeah, let's do it.
Hey guys, I'm Tshili. And today I want to talk to you about my favorite core value, which is led by love and not fear. So, led by love and not fear. What does it mean? A golden rule in life, not just in life, but also in business and anything that you do, is treat others how you want to be treated. At LTV Plus, we believe in uplifting and empowering people, which is our team and our customers. So everything we do is rooted in kindness, respect, and the desire to see others thrive. By fostering trust and meaningful connections, we create a supportive environment where everyone feels valued and set up for success. So, why do we do these things? So, we put people first because acting with kindness and empathy ensures that the well-being of our teammates and customers is at its best, right? And how do we go about doing that? We go about doing that by assuming positive intent. And what does that mean? This means approaching interactions with the belief that others are acting with good intentions, right? Even if their words or actions seem frustrating or misguided, approach every interaction with the intention of understanding and not judging. We also value transparency because sharing information openly and honestly strengthens our connections and creates a foundation of trust, right? So speak up if something isn't working so we can all assess it together and find a solution. If something is working well, let's share it so we can build on it and build on its success, right? Let's engage in open conversations and discussions and test new ideas, measure results, and adapt as needed to keep improving as a team. We also believe that success starts with people. So when our customers thrive, so do we. And when our team feels valued and supported, that is when they do their best work. So strong relationships drive a business where everyone wins. So for our customers, what do? We step into their shoes. We understand their goals and we provide solutions that help them succeed, not just as businesses, but as people as well. And for our internal teams, our people, we create a workplace where staff feel valued and supported by ensuring good working conditions and fostering an environment that encourages growth, collaboration, and a sense of purpose, making it a place where you want to come to work every day. All right. And then we also champion collaboration by encouraging open communication to resolve conflicts and also to achieve shared goals. What does this mean and how do we go about doing this? It's about being open about mistakes, right? So see mistakes as an opportunity to learn and improve. Own up to those mistakes, reflect on what went wrong, and focus on how to do better next time. Remember, fail is first attempt in learning. Ask questions without hesitation. So if you're unsure about something, seek clarity. No one's going to judge you for asking questions, right? Growth comes from curiosity and continuous learning, and not from pretending to have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. I ask lots of questions from both my team and my colleagues. So no one knows everything, and you're not going to be judged for asking questions. The other is to support each other through challenges. So when things go wrong, instead of pointing fingers, help teammates to find solutions. Offer guidance, offer encouragement, and constructive feedback. And while we talk about that feedback, let's view feedback as a tool for growth, right? Receiving feedback isn't about criticism, it's about becoming better. Accept it with an open mind and use it to refine your approach. And that basically encompasses our core value of love and not fear. Feel free to reach out if you've got any questions or any clarity on what is my favorite core value, led by love and not fear. Thank you.
The third new core value is customer success. What does that mean? Customer success means we succeed when our customers succeed. We are very committed to understanding their needs, delivering value, and driving meaningful outcomes that foster growth. Now, what are the principles under this new core value, customer success? The first one, By focusing on results, we ensure our efforts are aligned with what truly matters, not just the tasks at hand. Second one, being driven by outcomes that help us overcome challenges and keeps us moving forward, no matter the obstacles. The third one, because success doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of intentional actions. Being proactive means anticipating challenges, seizing opportunities, and staying ahead of the game. It's about taking ownership, thinking ahead, and ensuring both our success and the success of our customers. Now, how do you apply customer success in your daily lives? First one that I could think of is always set clear goals for yourself and regularly assess your work if it's aligned with those goals and that of the company. Focus on the end result, not just ticking off tasks. The second one is to stay solution oriented. If you hit a roadblock, it's fine. Go ask yourself, what can I do next to keep progressing towards the goal? Always taking into account the parameters in which you work. And then lastly, follow processes and best practices to ensure quality and consistency in your work. Always ask, how can my actions add value to the customer or to the team? Being proactive in finding solutions that drive success for both the customers and the company. I hope that helps explain what the new core value customer success means and how to apply it daily. Thank you.